नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज के हम अपने वीडियो में आप लोगों के लिए थोड़ा डीसी मोटर के बारे में स्टडी करेंगे। पहले वीडियो में हम लोगों ने डीसी मशीन का कंस्ट्रक्शन पढ़ा था। अब हम डीसी मोटर का वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल, टॉर्क इक्वेशन, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, इन सब चीज़ की स्टडी करेंगे। आप सब लोग जो अभी उत्तराखंड और यूपी अदर स्टेट्स में इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग जेई की वैकेंसीज आई हैं, उसके लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं, तो वो लोग इस वीडियो के साथ लगातार बने रहें। और इसके बाद आप लोगों के लिए एक ऑब्जेक्टिव की टेस्ट सीरीज आएगी, उसमें भी आप लोग बने रहेंगे। तो आज हमारा जो टॉपिक है डीसी मोटर में सबसे पहले वर्किंग, देन सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ बैक ईएमएफ, देन टॉर्क इक्वेशन ऑफ डीसी मोटर। ये तीन टॉपिक हम लोग कवर करने जाएंगे। वर्किंग ऑफ डीसी मोटर, सबसे पहले तो आप लोग ये समझिए कि द वर्किंग ऑफ एनी मोटर इज दैट वेन एवर अ करंट carrying conductor is placed under the field, it experiences a force. Motor means the input energy is electrical energy and the output energy is mechanical energy. This output energy will be in terms of force, or we can write it as torque. So whenever a current carrying conductor is placed under the influence of a field, it experiences a force. It means two things are required for a motor. The first thing is current carrying conductor I, and second is field, that is flux phi. If there is any current and flux, both are present in any system, there will be a force which is F is equal to BIL, where this B is flux density is equal to flux upon area. This I is current in conductor and L is the length of conductor. So this is the basic principle of DC or any machine, that two things are required. One is the field, second is the current, and you will experience a force. This force will try to rotate the motor and motor gets started. But if you want to understand this principle in case of a DC motor, that how a DC motor is working, you all know that in the construction हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कि this is your outermost part, which is the yoke oblique frame, where the field winding are placed. Here the field windings are placed. Suppose this is a 4-pole machine. And there is armature. This is your armature. And in this armature, the slots are cutted to the outer periphery इस आर्मेचर के आउटर पेरीफेरी पे स्लॉट्स कटे हैं, वेयर वी हैव प्लेस्ड दीज वाइंडिंग्स and this is the air gap. when the DC supply, this DC supply is given to the field system here. These are the poles like this. These are the poles and this is the pole shoe. Pole shoe का जो area होता है, it is always higher than the area of pole. When the DC supply is given to this field system, a flux is produced due to individual pole. From each pole a flux is produced. Because the supply given is DC, so the flux produced is constant. अगर constant DC supply हम लोग देंगे तो जो flux produce होगा it is again constant. Now if another DC supply, suppose we are talking about the separately excited DC motor and the another DC supply is given to this armature winding, this is the shaft, the another DC supply is given to this armature winding, a current will flow in these armature winding. Now you can see that these current carrying conductor are under the influence of flux, as I have mentioned that now these current carrying conductor are under the influence of flux will experience a force. We can write it as that when DC supply is given to field system, flux is produced. In air gap में एक flux produce हो गया. Another DC supply is given to armature, current flows through armature conductor. This is the case of this DC motor specifically. Now a force is produced, that is F is equal to BIL, and the motor starts rotating. And this is the very simple principle of DC motor. आपको मैंने बताया कि the field winding is energized with the DC supply, another DC supply is given to the armature, there is flux and here it is current. Now these current carrying conductors are under the influence of flux, will experience a force and the motor gets started. अब the main issue is that when the motor is started, जैसे ये motor start होगी तो the motor starts rotating, and due to this, for this particular conductor there is change in flux. Suppose at present this is under this condition, after some time this conductor will be here and here the flux is minimum, after some time here it will be a flux maximum, then at this position, this is the interpolar axis, the flux will be minimum. For polar axis, this is polar axis, the flux will be maximum. It means for this particular conductor, इस particular conductor के respect में flux changes, and due to change in flux with respect to armature conductor, क्या होगा? बहुत सिंपल, फ्लेमिंग्स आपको इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन, फैराडेज लॉ ड्यू टू फैराडेज लॉ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन, EMF is induced which is given by EB is equal to P n phi z upon 60A, and this is known as back EMF. This back EMF is very important as far as the वर्किंग ऑफ डीसी मशीन इज कंसर्न्ड। कैसे? इस बैक ईएमएफ का क्या काम है हम लोग समझेंगे इसको थोड़ा सा। व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ दिस बैक ईएमएफ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द डीसी मशीन। C. Significance of back EMF. The significance of back EMF is it makes DC motor a self-regulating machine। ये क्या करता है? डीसी मोटर को सेल्फ रेगुलेटिंग मशीन बनाता है। कैसे बनाता है सेल्फ रेगुलेटिंग मशीन? EB is equal to P and phi z upon 60A. This is also the EMF equation of generator। जनरेटर की EMF इक्वेशन भी सेम होती है। P number of poles, N is speed, phi is flux, Z is number of conductor, 60A, A is number of parallel path in any machine. If it is a lap connected motor, the number of parallel path will be is equal to number of poles, and if it is a wave connected motor, the number of parallel path will be 2. Now see, at starting, it is very important, जब मोटर स्टार्टिंग कंडीशन में है एंड इट इज नॉट स्टार्टेड, एट स्टार्टिंग while the motor is not started, if the motor is not started, what happens is the speed is 0, so the back EMF is 0. And if you know the vector, if you know the diagram, circuit diagram of a DC motor, this is your armature, RA, terminal voltage V, line current, armature current, back EMF, there are two brushes. So what happens that the equation of a DC motor is कि V is equal to EB plus IARA, means IARA is equal to V minus EB और IA is equal to V minus EB upon RA. At starting, condition number 1, at starting when EB is equal to 0, IA is equal to V upon RA, which is maximum. If the current at starting is maximum, it means torque is maximum, which is required. डीसी मोटर को या किसी भी मोटर को स्टैंड स्टिल कंडीशन से रनिंग कंडीशन में लाने के लिए जो टॉर्क चाहिए दैट शुड बी मैक्सिमम, और स्पीड कम होने के कारण द बैक ईएमएफ इज 0, बैक ईएमएफ 0 होने के कारण IA इज इक्वल टू मैक्सिमम, सो द टॉर्क इज मैक्सिमम. नाउ इफ द मोटर इज इन रनिंग कंडीशन, धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ, मोटर स्टार्ट हुई, मोटर एक्सेलरेट हुई एंड द स्पीड ऑफ द मोटर is increased. If speed is increased at running condition, speed increases. Speed increases means EB is equal to P and phi z upon 60A also increases. EB is equal to P and phi z upon 60A also increases. Now again IA is equal to V minus EB upon RA. If EB is increased, this complete value, ये पूरी की पूरी वैल्यू V minus EB क्या होगा, कम हो जाएगी. V minus EB कम होने के कारण IA की वैल्यू भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. IA की वैल्यू डिक्रीज होने के कारण टॉर्क also decreased and it is required. यही चाहिए आपको. जब मोटर स्टार्ट नहीं हो रही थी At the starting condition, when the motor was not started, speed was 0, तो टॉर्क चाहिए मैक्सिमम जो मोटर को स्टार्ट कर दे। धीरे धीरे मोटर की स्पीड इंक्रीज हुई, मोटर की स्पीड इंक्रीज होने के कारण हमको टॉर्क की वैल्यू कम होनी चाहिए जिससे आपकी स्पीड को हम रेगुलेट कर सकें। सो बाय कंट्रोलिंग द बैक ईएमएफ द टॉर्क इज कंट्रोल्ड। बाय कंट्रोलिंग द बैक ईएमएफ द टॉर्क इज कंट्रोल्ड। दैट्स व्हाई द बैक ईएमएफ मेक्स अ डीसी मोटर सेल्फ रेगुलेटिंग। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, आप लोग इसको थोड़ा सा नोट करना चाहें। The next topic which we will cover is the torque equation. तो अगला टॉपिक हम लोग टॉर्क इक्वेशन ऑफ डीसी मोटर कवर करेंगे। Suppose this is torque, P is power and speed in RPM, small s is speed in RPS, which is equal to n/60, F is equal to force and R is radius, because whenever the motor will rotate, it will rotate in a circular motion. This is R, this is the tangential force, and the movement, the rotation is in clockwise direction. We all know that work done in one revolution, एक रिवोल्यूशन में कितना काम होगा? वर्क डन इन वन रिवोल्यूशन इज फोर्स इनटू डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड, and this distance traveled in one revolution will be from this point to this point, and it will be is equal to 2 pi r, which is the circumference of this circle. So work done in one revolution is F into 2 pi r. This is F into 2 pi, that is the work done in one revolution. Work done per second, if you want to calculate work done per second, it will be work done in one revolution multiplied by number of revolution per second. It means work done in one revolution is equal to F into 2 pi r, and this is number of revolution per second. Number of revolution per second is small n, and this work done per second, you all know it is the power. So we can write it as power is equal to F into r into 2 pi small n, which is equal to capital N upon 60. Small n is equal to capital N upon 60. Solving this, we will get power is equal to Fr, this is torque, this is torque, torque into omega, torque into omega, power. And in any DC motor, suppose this is a DC motor, armature diagram, this was IL. IA is the current across this armature resistance. These are the brushes. This is back EMF. So the mechanical power developed across this armature is also P is equal to EB into IA. These are two equations for the power. First says that power is equal to torque into omega, which we have derived from here, and second is power is back EMF multiplied by the armature current, that is EB into IA. Both the powers are same, developed across the armature. If we put both the powers equal, we will find the value of torque, and that is equal to power is equal to torque into omega is equal to EB into IA, or torque into 2 pi n upon 60 is equal to P n phi z upon 60A into IA. Torque is equal to 1 upon 2 pi P phi z IA upon A. This is the torque equation of DC motor. 1 upon pi is constant. Number of poles are constant. Number of conductors are constant. A is constant. It means torque is equal to K phi I A. This is your torque equation. Torque K phi IA. This is your torque equation. Now, for series motor, what is the impact of this current on flux? For shunt motor, what is the impact of this current on flux? And for cumulative as well as differential compound motor, what is the impact of this IA on flux? मतलब तीनों टाइप की मोटर के लिए कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कैसे चेंज होती है टॉर्क की, ये हम अपने अगले वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे. अभी के लिए आप लोगों को मैंने डीसी मोटर का वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल, बैक ईएमएफ का सिग्निफिकेंस और टॉर्क इक्वेशन बताया है. इससे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन हर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में पूछे जाते हैं, तो आप लोग हमारे वीडियोज के साथ बने रहें. ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन आएंगे, उसके साथ भी बने रहें. तब तक के लिए थैंक यू.